Sometimes, as moms, we feel like we have to do it all. We're constantly juggling work, home, and the endless needs of our families. But what if I told you that one of the most empowering things you can do is say no? Let me tell you the story of Sarah, a mom of 2 young children. For years, Sarah said yes to everything. Yes to extra shifts at work. Yes to hosting family gatherings. Yes to volunteering for every school event. She thought that saying yes meant she was being a good mom, a good wife, a good friend. But over time, Sarah found herself drained, overwhelmed, and losing touch with the woman she used to be. One evening, after a particularly stressful week, Sarah found herself in the middle of a meltdown. She had just agreed to another event at work while still juggling the needs of her kids, and her husband was away on a business trip. She sat on the couch, tears streaming down her face, when she had an epiphany. I can't keep doing this. The next day, Sarah decided to make a change. She sat down with her family and had an honest conversation about her needs. She told her husband that she needed more help around the house and that she needed time for herself. She also said no to the next few commitments, events, extra work, and social obligations. It wasn't easy at first. There were moments of guilt and doubt, but over time, Sarah learned that by setting boundaries, she was actually giving her family a better version of herself. She was able to carve out time for things that brought her joy, like reading, yoga, and taking long walks outside. She even started scheduling me time every weekend. Today, Sarah is a stronger, more centered mom. Her family is thriving, and so is she. By learning the power of saying no, Sarah discovered that putting herself first wasn't selfish. It was necessary. And that made her a better mom, partner, and friend. Meet Jessica. Jessica is a mom of 3, with a busy career and a never-ending to-do list. Like so many of us, she spent years putting herself last, working late, cleaning, managing the kids' schedules, and constantly running on empty. The idea of self-care seemed like a distant dream. There was always something else to do, someone else to take care of, and no time left for her own well-being. But everything changed one day when Jessica's body sent her a loud and clear message: exhaustion. She was physically and mentally drained, struggling to keep up with the demands of her day. That's when she realized that she had been neglecting herself for too long. She was on the brink of burnout, and something had to change. Jessica took a step back and started small. She began with a simple 10-minute morning routine where she would sit quietly with her coffee, read a few pages of a book, and take a deep breath before the chaos of the day began. At first, it felt selfish to take that time for herself. But as the days went by, Jessica noticed something incredible. She felt more energized, more focused, and more patient with her kids. As the weeks went by, Jessica made self-care a priority. She scheduled regular workout sessions, even if it was just a 15-minute walk during lunch. She started saying no to commitments that drained her energy and began saying yes to activities that brought her joy, whether it was painting, cooking, or simply taking a hot bath after a long day. Jessica's transformation didn't happen overnight, but with each small step, she began to feel more like herself again. She realized that self-care wasn't just about pampering herself. It was about respecting her own needs and understanding that taking care of herself was the foundation for being able to take care of her family. Today, Jessica is not only a loving mom and wife, but also a woman who has rediscovered her strength and joy. Her journey reminds us that self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And when we prioritize our well-being, we are better equipped to handle whatever life throws our way. Both Sarah and Jessica's stories show us the importance of prioritizing ourselves in the midst of motherhood. It's easy to lose sight of our own needs when we're constantly caring for others. But taking time for ourselves doesn't make us selfish. It makes us stronger, happier, and more present for our families. If you're feeling overwhelmed, remember that it's okay to ask for help, set boundaries, and take time for self-care. You deserve it, Mama. And when you take care of yourself, you'll be better equipped to handle the beautiful, challenging journey of motherhood.